Me and Shroom are here today to show you a few cool things on Cake Wars. We decided in the long run that it's more annoying that people are saying it's a really simple map, and it's not worth just keeping these strategies if we're not going to even use all of them. So we're going to show you all the ways in which you are wrong, and Cake Wars is probably one of the greatest maps ever made. Shall we start, Shroom?
Let's go.
Okay, the first thing is, I guess, defense. So you may be thinking that without those cakes anymore in the center, it really sucks. You can't underbridge, you can't do defenses under the cake. Not really the case. If we look at Shroom over here, he's going to be breaking a few blocks and showing that you actually can build under the map.
Might need some assistance.
We use a boat so that you fall slower, and when I break this block under him, he's going to place upward, and if you click fast enough, you will get much further than he did. You can get pretty down there. There's a few applications of this. One is a really interesting underbridge, in that if you go down 30-something block maybe, if you bridge over to their side, they cannot drop onto your bridge. You can stay under their base for about as long as you want, put a lot of pressure on them, and be able to pillar up and push if they ever try and, say, take your Iron Island, do something up top, any kind of push. You have a pretty good opportunity to win the game. Now, you can also set up defenses under your cake. You can either have a pure glass box down there, or you can do what Shroom is doing down here and set up a little platform of fence gates that will catch the lava. We're going to give him some time to set this up while I show you some other things. Essentially, how the fences work is when you have lava leaking down there, it becomes even harder to leak because you have to drop into a pool of lava and you die before you can really get anything done. Another application of underbridges, if Bruce Lee will TP over to me, is in spawn. There are a few cool things you can do. One involves XML. I don't know if it's legal or not, but it's a cool thing. Hey Matt, we're showing off all of our Cake War strats. In spawn, if we have blocks such as iron bars, glass panes, or fences, you may think, what is the point of blocking your own spawn? Well, thankfully, it doesn't actually block it for me. Because of how XML works, if I am at this block and I walk backwards, XML is going to put me into the center of this block. I can walk right through. You, on the other hand, cannot cross into my spawn. There may not be the most applications of this. However, a nice thing is, if your spawn gets blocked and you have blocks here, there is actually a way out of spawn. And that is, if I go into here, if I break this obsidian beforehand, and if I have a trapdoor device, where the fuck are trapdoors? Here it is. Then I can just fall out of here. Fall into the void. Awesome. You respawn faster. What does that do? Nothing. If you use the same trick to bridge under your cake, you can fall onto a pathway under your spawn, and you can get up basically anywhere in your cake. Meaning you can go grab a sword, you can go grab supplies, you can do basically anything, get up behind people, knock them out. Another good thing to have with that then is definitely remove blocks around your core so that you can knock people out if they push down to you. When leaking a core as well, you might want to think about how you can actually do more than just leaking. If you have a wood block in certain places, and if you're not trying to break your own core, when you patch it, that wood block will eventually catch on fire. And if they're not careful, will set the entire cake on fire. You done yet, Trim?
I'm not quite done. It's almost done.
Okay.
The principle is done.
I'll show you a few other things. Iron Island is going to have a huge standoff for a while, and it can be frustrating for sure. But there are some things you can do off Iron Island. The first and most notable, probably, you can mine Cartanola from Iron Island if you get a bit out onto the main cake. Setting it up is like so. You get out your tracks, break that block. I think 3 minecarts is, or 3 or 4. 4 is usually enough. hit those, and they will land you on their cake. You do have to be careful to get out a little bit early and make sure you have a gapple and regen going beforehand. In the line of ways of getting over, those trees are a really interesting thing in that you can actually farm trees and get the saplings out of them to make more of them. You have enough bone meal to make quite a few, actually. Now, the cool applications are if you grow a tree, you can actually grow it above height limit. So if I go all the fucking way up here, which usually isn't that far up above that, break down 2, and I'm going to get out the saplings, and I'm going to get out dirt. So I can grow this above height limit. It may take a little bit to actually get the right size, but when you do, damn, it's a nice archer tower, and there's some cool things you can do with boats. Grow these trees. You might want to grow 2 trees side by side, just so you get a tall tree, but also so you can do this. On one of the trees, you can break blocks even above height limit, and use an old survival method to basically make a staircase up above height limit. Then you can have another tree right next to it that you can stand on, use as an archer tower, or you can use to boat Nala. If it's high enough, you can usually get from somewhere in the mid Iron Island region to the other Iron Island.
It's not high enough.
Yeah, it's not. But the premise is you place it on a block, get in the boat, you hold forward, and you go a long distance. Obviously, you need a higher tree, you need to be farther into the void. In terms of doing it on the main cake, though, as Shroom is setting up right now, that is not at all time.
That is not a very high tree.
As we have learned many times, though, it's not all about size that matters. Apparently with Shroomtastic, though, he does have some problems with this.
There we go.
Do you get it?
I got it.
Nice. Is the defense done?
Defense is done.
So if we look at the defense down here, once you break the glass under the fence gates, if there's lava leaking into this, yeah, good fucking luck getting it done. I'm gonna join red just to show you.
Might be one too low, so it might leak instant.
Yeah, you have to make sure that it doesn't get to leak distance. You can technically block fall on these fence gates, but usually they leak it first, and then there's lava down there, and ooh, that becomes difficult. What else are we missing, Shroom?
Did you show the minecart?
I showed the minecart, I showed the boat. You can,
The
I guess,
glass?
also... What glass?
Anti-ladder?
Oh, yeah. If you're having trouble with people skybridging, ladder dropping onto your side, you can just bridge out with glass a few blocks.
2 is usually enough to get you far enough to prevent them from ladder dropping.
Mm-hmm. And as you see on the core, once it starts to leak, it actually becomes really difficult to stop.
Because you cannot drop down into this. Also, the reason we make this so wide is so this might not be the right size, but when teams are trying to make the lava flow out even further,
it still won't go.
It's not going to be enough.
It can buy you the time to win the game or to get back from the push.
Yep.
What else are we missing, though?
Core. Leak your own core.
Oh, yeah. If you should so choose, though, to want to have this lava go further, fun fact, PGM does not check who broke the core.
You need to go up further.
It is about seeing... What do we do in the other core? It sees who has lava leaking in proximity to their core. So if Shroom just breaks this, I'm just going to get rid of all this shit. Shroom just breaks this core here. If we get lava to go, And you can do this if you use the underbridging technique.
I just get the entire thing done before we even start.
We probably should have. Well, the game's gonna end when we do it, so.
Yeah. Do the sideways ones.
Okay. Could have told me that earlier.
Just block it up for now and then the sideways ones.
Fuck.
This might not look like it's really hard to do, but with pain looping this, it's actually highly possible.
The thing is, if you set this up in advance and then just, instead of patching your core, let it leak down, as long as you're putting bow pressure on it, there's nothing they can really do to stop it. And as we watch the lava flow, eventually it will get into the range where it counts as under their core once it's under leak distance. What that means is that the red team will actually win the game, even though their core is leaked. Is it gonna work?
It's gonna leak eventually.
I think so.
Wait, what?
You may have to go further.
Did they patch this?
I didn't tell any of the event coordinators.
Worship.
Worship might have. There we go.
Before it used to leak before you guys reached half point, I think, but they might have changed that a bit.
So yeah, Cake Wars is a lot more complicated than you guys think. Have fun in your rounds this weekend. We're both fucktards, and we forgot two things. One, you can get vines off of. Okay, the third one's dumb. One, you can get vines off of jungle trees. Put them on the side of their cake. The vines grow, and it's instant ladder drop, basically. Two, if you get your poisonous spiders, you can kill them and get string for fishing rods, which are actually really useful on bridges and shit. And the third one that's really dumb that Shroom wants to put in is that you can make carpet and put it on your cake. And they won't know that there's carpet on your cake, so they'll think, oh, I can block spam. And they'll be like, nope, no, you can't.
OP strats. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Also, if you don't want to grab the strength potions or the diamonds, an effective way of just, or especially the strength potion, if you feel like it's not something that contributes to your game style, using a boat to boat over to
there, or just bridging from.
But the thing about if you were to bridge, they have an access to your side. So by just boating over, there's
no, just bridge from Iron Island and jump down. You fucking idiot.
Yeah, they can jump up to that, you idiot.
They can jump up to that. Here, let me. Unless you didn't know, there's actually a jump boost like 50 potion in your cake. You can jump up onto that bridge.
But
go
yeah, guys,
on the Iron Island.
Boats are a valid strategy. Thanks for watching.
Never know when you're playing a team of Kobe Bryant.